of how your economy is doing. I personally favor eliminating GDP as a
I think turning point is why Donald Trump played YMCA so much. I do. The biggest lobbyist group in the country for a long time is the gay lobby group. I got nothing against them, the ones that actually are honest, but see a ton of Democrat liberals that are in the closet gay, infiltrated MAGA, and most of them are at turning point. That's why a lot of these podcasters don't have masculinity, just saying. I'm not trying to be mean, they just don't. You know, they're cut from a different cloth, let's say, and not one that I'm trying to bash. But they do have an agenda here, and I'm not saying it's to, they've lost all their base on the liberal side. Look, I've watched this for years. I recognize these people. Whether I watched them do it in the House and the Senate for years. It's like, oh, here comes another damn Democrat. Because the Democrats have no shame. They have no shame if you find out about them. Like Tucker Carlson, he's like the male version of AOC now, the way he talks. But if you've noticed in the last couple of weeks, they're trying to shift you away from Donald Trump. Look, if you have any common sense to you, not that anybody will see this, because the gay lobby group controls the social media platforms, because all the people that own social media are liberals. So, of course, they're going to silence the real conservatives. What they'll highlight is the closeted gay liberals that infiltrated MAGA, or the hateful ones like Candace. So, I know Donald Trump and Don Jr., they speak at Turning Point. They do because they know that many true conservatives go to it, not realizing that it's a bunch of liberals that run it. Not that they've ever said this, but wait for it to come out. There's a reason Donald Trump played YMCA all the time. I think most people know what that song's really about, right? So he played it all the time for a reason. So while this lobbying group carries on about AIPAC, their lobby group is even bigger. And I wouldn't have a problem with that. It's like, okay, you know, you want your gay rights, you want whatever it is. I mean, we'd see where we went, though, with LGBTQ, all that, but whatever. But what bothers me about it is that they will come as married, like that they're conservatives and they are married to a woman with children and they are just closeted gay. So, because again, they're liberals. They have no shame. And it's not that they're afraid for you to know if they were gay. It's because they infiltrate as conservatives. So, and so I think the Trumps know that many young conservative people go to this. And so, of course, you know, even though I think Trump knows who all these people are, what their goal is to move you away from Trump. And the most glaring example of that was this past this weekend. You know, everybody carrying on about Epstein. Look, Trump's not trying to. They're these people, because they're liberals. You just have to start realizing they're liberal. They claim MAGA. They claim they're about Donald Trump. They aren't. That's the reason that's the reason why all of them, from Marjorie Taylor Greene to Tucker to all of them, are shifting more against Donald Trump. Whether it's about Israel, it's about AIPAC, it's about Epstein, because they were always going to shift away from him. Their goal is that they hope they've gotten your attention enough and have pulled you in enough to where they can be the new control over you, and you side with them instead of Trump. Don't do that. Don't make that mistake. You'll regret it. You will. regardless of what they tell you about the look, what Donald Trump is saying about Epstein is, yes, Epstein was arrested. Yes, there was a blackmail operation going on. It's about the list, this list stuff. And I wondered about that because there were so many different lists going around. It was like, oh, that's disturbing. That's what he's trying to say. The client list created was an Obama created, just like Russia. Look, Donald Trump said in his, and I love how the Democrats are showing all these pictures of Trump and Epstein. Yeah, we've seen all those. But Trump said during his first term he was an insider. He was an insider. He said the only way you could take that system down is to have somebody on the inside. So, and what happened when he got into his first term? Jeffrey Epstein was arrested. So good luck, Democrats, with that one. But they all of a sudden are all over this. Whatever. Anyway, so this is where why the media and the Democrats are like, oh yeah, the MAGA base is split. No, it's not. The real MAGA base. And I know that there's some people in the crowd that go to Turning Point, but don't get pulled into that stuff. Because there's a ton of people in that crowd that they know it's just a big old gay lobby group. Mark my words. Mark my words. That's what will come to the surface. The biggest thing isn't even that. It's the fact that they're liberals. That's the reason Tucker's sounding more like AOC than he is America First. They're very good at manipulating the words and, using stuff that sounds America First to you, but they'll just use you and twist you and then get you to see that Donald Trump is the enemy because they don't support him. They're just good acting. They're just good actors. I mean, Donald Trump said central casting for a reason. He said it many times because they get these people to do this. But they've never been on your side. They're just good actors. So, yeah, I think YMCA is most especially relevant with Turning Point. We'll see. I'm positive of it, though. I've watched this for too long. Look, if you're a real conservative, you would not hate AIPAC because the amount of money they spent to get the 2 squad members out, because those squad members, they have big money behind them. And that's why 2 billionaires with AIPAC spent billions to campaign against them. No true, real conservative would hate AIPAC. That's how I know Marjorie Taylor Greene isn't even close to being America First. And none of these people even mentioned, not Tucker, none of these podcasters mentioned how AIPAC got the 2 squad members out. You know why? Because they know that they're on their side. I know it seems hard to believe, but that's what the Democrats have done forever. This is what they do. That's the reason they didn't want to tell you how AIPAC, but a true conservative would never hate AIPAC because they got 2 communists out of the House. I mean, the squad, they're known, like they almost, run on we're communists. They're very obvious. So, and they're backed by big money. So AIPAC sacrificed a lot to get them out. But you won't hear the fake conservatives like Marjorie Taylor Greene or Steve Bannon or Tucker or any of these people say that. I'm telling you, as somebody who's been a true blue, true red conservative my whole life, there's no way you could hate AIPAC because of that, because of them getting those 2 squad members out. We are in a much better position with 2 less than we had before. So they've done far more for us than, the gay lobby group, I would say. Really. Not that I have anything against the gay lobby group. Again, what I have issue with is that many of these people, and it's been known they've done it, is they act like they have a family, they act like they're married with children, but secretly they're homosexuals. Yeah. That's the reason why Donald Trump played YMCA so much. He was trying to let you know. It's not AIPAC. that's the big lobbying group to worry about. It's the closeted homosexual lobby group.